about for 8 hours. What's up? Good afternoon, everybody. This is Matt from SBR. I'm joined by Drew from SBR. How's it going, Drew?
I'm doing good, Maddie. Excited to talk a little baseball right in the midst of March Madness.
I know, right? That brings me to an interesting thought that was brought up to me earlier, and I'll just bring it up, even though it doesn't have anything to do with baseball. But if you're looking to cap some hockey, yesterday's show for us, Dana brought up a point that because March Madness is in such full swing right now and everybody's paying attention to that hockey lines actually got real soft and are really beatable right now.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, hockey kind of it's almost still like a niche, like little betting action. But yeah, I wouldn't deny it. I've been riding Ian Cameron's plays for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Yeah, actually, I think we're going to get him on here to do one of these live shows for hockey coming up soon as we get into the Stanley Cup. But we are here for baseball, so we shall get into baseball. And first off, I wanted to talk about something that we did touch upon when we talked about the Mets thing, and it was a bit of the health stuff. And lo and behold, David Wright has a setback. You were telling me about that earlier.
Yeah, looks like it. I mean, the lefty coming into Fenway, and I was kind of worried about that matchup and how he would do there long term. But yeah, we might not have to worry about it. It's obviously a big hit for the Red Sox. I know you were talking about possibly being on their over. I'm sure that affects it.
Yeah, it absolutely affects it. I was very happy, and that was probably one of the most confident overs I had. And I was expecting Price also to be a very important part of that, for him to come up and step up and have the kind of season that people thought he was going to have before. So I didn't make it to the box or to the book to take that, and I shall now. Right now, I'll see where it lands. I'll see what happens. I still like them to do really well, but as far as that specific, I think I had a 90.5, I believe. So that worries me now.
Yeah, it looks like about 90.5. Look, we got big man on campus. What's up, big man? Campbell getting it done. Big upset.
Hey, buddy.
March Madness.
Hey, buddy. And then the other thing, David Wright has a setback. He gets what did you tell me? Something in his back was wrong.
Yeah, it's David Price going to see Dr. James Andrews. But yeah, it looks like right. He's going to be they're at least shutting him down for spring for a little bit. And, if he goes down, I was thinking the Mets right off the gate as an under team as it is with their rotation. We'll see where the market prices them at. But I think they're going to have a tough time scoring runs. I don't know where you sit on that, Matt. I know you're a New York guy.
I wasn't feeling great about them either. And the reason was their durability. And he was one of the main factors, David Wright. And he didn't make it a week. So
yeah, man,
we were on point there. But today we're here to talk about the NL West. Hopefully, because
let's.
And I want to start off with
after.
The Padres, and I'm going to let you start off. I want you to tell me about the Padres. What do you think about the Padres, Drew?
The Padres. One of my favorite baseball parks, Petco Park. Kind of underrated there. It's a really cool place. They really only had some minor moves. They got Jared Weaver and Trevor Cahill. Not sure what they're thinking. I'm not a big fan of those pitchers. Those guys are throwing mid 80s. Back in my prime, I could maybe get it up near there anyway. So maybe they're thinking, the ball will die there in the big pitcher's park in Petco. But ultimately, I don't like what they did in the offseason. I think the Padres are the lowest season win total. And obviously in big rebuild mode. So I just think that the only way I would look at the Padres is betting them under season wins. And also, they're not going to be in contention. They're not going to be anywhere close to a postseason wild card game. So they'll probably be sellers at the end, which is something I'd love to bet unders on in season win totals. So I haven't bet it yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if by opening day I'm betting this one under the total, Maddie.
Interesting. Obviously I came into reading this feeling the same way, and I got to say, while they're not going to be a good team, they're not going to contend, I think they've got a lot of bright spots on their squad in the young. And if depending on how much this moves before opening day, I might actually go over with them. They won 68 last season, but you got guys like Will Myers, this Hunter kid who's a legitimate Rookie of the Year candidate. And, there are bright spots here. They're not going to be a good team. But I do see them doing better than people think they do. Better than their 68 from last year.
Yeah, I mean, that's what makes a market, and we might have to cut out the bookie here and save some vig and just go up against each other. Looks like there is a little variance in the market. Atlantis, anyway, they opened 64.5, and I just checked Bovada yesterday, and they were at 66.5, so a little 2-game difference there. Not sure. So if you're shopping around looking to go under, Bovada might be the place. As far as over, I'm not looking to go that way, so I'm not too sure where the best place to shop is.
All right, we may have to talk more about that. I like that idea. Me and you going at it. All right, Diamondbacks. Hugely disappointing 2016. We got Greinke, who suffered, just moving. He's probably a new thing. Pollock out before the season even starts. Miller, terrible, terrible, terrible. They had over 100 errors as a team last season. I don't know. I don't trust a team that has that much defensive issues, and they haven't done anything to address that really.
Yeah, I mean, I guess what they added Tajon Walker, the pitcher from Seattle. I do like him. He's a high upside guy. It looks like they got new management, front office, probably the worst management in all of baseball, maybe outside of the San Diego Padres. I'm just not a big fan of AJ Prowler, but the D-backs, I'm not looking to bet on them. They're kind of up in the air for me. One of those teams I'm just kind of going to stay away from because I do like Greinke, but yeah, you touched on it. I mean, some of their moves last year, probably the worst trade of all of last year with the Braves, giving up all that talent and getting in Shelby Miller, who was absolute garbage. So I'm definitely not looking to bet on the D-backs, especially because the NL West with the Dodgers and the Giants and even the Rockies are making a push. So I just think the D-backs and the Padres are going to just get beat up on all year long. So not looking to bet on the D-backs. Are you actually looking to go over on them?
No, not at all. And again, their bats are exciting. They can be. The team isn't terrible, but that defense, there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions. And
yeah,
I can't trust a team over an entire season that will give up over 100 errors. I think they were one of only 4 teams last year that did that, which is, that's terrible, awful, shameful.
Yeah, and one thing also is I think the D-backs, when they're at home, are the second highest scoring games, right behind the Rockies, obviously. So maybe looking to bet them over. I know the market was really onto it last year with high totals, but maybe something to take into at least in April betting as far as totals.
Yeah, for sure. But you definitely did see a few 12 totals this season. Last season, I was questioning those too. But you know what? Markets adjust. All right, now we talked about another team that goes over. Let's go Rockies, 75-87. You mentioned a questionable move by the Diamondbacks. I got to say, questionable move by the Rockies, throwing $70 million at Ian Desmond to play first base, which is not his position. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of one of those guys. And by the way, if you're watching live, feel free to send in any questions. Happy to answer them. Anything baseball, whatever you got, lifestyle, anything like that. But as far as Ian Desmond playing first base, I guess I'm one of those guys that thinks if you can actually play shortstop in the big leagues, you can play first base. I mean, give him a spring training, an error here and there, but it doesn't bother me at all. I like getting his bat into Colorado. So I actually like the Rockies. I'm buying on them. I know it's kind of a trendy pick. They're up to 80.5, so pretty much going to have to be a 500 team. And keep in mind, they got the Giants and the Dodgers both flirting with 90 win totals. So those wins got to come from somewhere. But I like the Rockies. I bet them a lot last year, especially at home. I just think that altitude is something, once you get into May, June, July, it's harder to compensate, an away team going there, the breaking balls break less there. So I think that they do have a big home field advantage that a lot of teams don't have. And when you look at their outfield, 5-tool guys, they can all swing the bat. They got power. So I just don't think Desmond to first base is that big of a hindrance. And with the rotation, a lot of young arms that throw, 95 plus. I like them, Maddie. So I'm going to be betting over on Colorado.
Yeah, I see them on the cusp of that 80 right now. Definitely contending for the division. As far as over/under betting, I will reassess this in the coming weeks. I like the rotation too. John Gray, Tyler Anderson. It's always good to have a nice young lefty who can really, really throw. And no, I was kind of just joking about Ian Desmond. It's strange that they would send him to first base, but to get him in the rotation, he could be a 2020 guy and truly versatile. I like it. And like I said, I probably will end up going over with them. But as of right now, I'm just going to keep paying attention and see where things go.
Okay. Well, what's next? The Giants or the Dodgers?
We'll go the Gigantes is how we say it here. So the Giants. I said it's weird.
Is that English?
No, that would be Italian. Jesus Christ, Spanish.
Okay.
2016 was the first time since 2008 the Giants did not win the World Series on an even year. That's all I got. No. I think they got a similar team. I always think that's a really good thing, especially when you have success. I want to see more out of Buster Posey's bat. I want to see Hunter Pence healthy. He's already hurt. But, you know what you're getting with the Giants. You might have the best 1-2 combo in baseball also.
Yeah, I mean, and you got Posey behind the plate, and I think last year, just according to the analytics behind pitch framing, he was number one, and that stuff goes a long way. Getting balls to be called strikes over the course of the season, and his bat. So that's something I'm not looking to bet against. But when you got Bumgarner and Cueto, a lot of innings on those arms. So as far as a drop off, I think they are primed for a drop off. I'm not sure I'd be betting on it or betting on the drop off, but it is enough for me to at least stay off of betting on the Giants over the season win total. So I'll just probably stay away. I'm not getting to the window on the Giants. Although you're right. I mean, the rotation, it has the chance to it's guys that have done it, even more in Samardzija, Matt Cain, Suarez, he's got top talent. So these guys have done it in the past, but I'm not going to look on them to do it, as they're getting into their 30s. So I'm going to stay away, Matty.
They even got a closer, man. They finally got a closer. I'm going over with them. I like that. I like them this season. I am confident wholeheartedly in the Giants, and I don't like them. Dodgers.
Well, part of the reason I'm not.
Go. What's that? Go.
No. Part of the reason I'm not, I think you were going to hit on it, is because of the Dodgers. I mean, Kershaw, Hill, Medea, Urias, Kashmir. You just go down the line. Even McCarthy, he's probably not even going to be in the rotation. Ryu, the Korean guy. And then Alex Wood, that guy was pretty solid in Atlanta. So, I mean, this rotation is getting sick. I mean, 8 guys to go into the season. I mean, they could do very, very well even if 2 of those guys go down. So, and Grandal behind the plate.
Finally this season, can they
What's
do
that?
it? They had these guys. Can they finally break through? This is not a different team than we've seen from them, at least from the last season, right? They had a great year, but they just can't seem to break through and get that World Series. Just can't do it.
Yeah, Giants. I mean, it's the baseball playoffs though. It's volatile, So if you're the good team with Kershaw and Hill, 2 lefties back to back in your rotation, I'm going to be betting on them. So, I mean, season win total, I'm going over. And in the playoffs, I'd look for them to break through. I mean, they got good catching, good pitching, and at least solid defense. So I think this could be the best team in baseball. Oh, don't hit me too hard, Chicago Cubs fans.
On paper, you're probably right. Okay, over-under for them. I like them over. I like them winning the World Series, actually.
I thought you were against them in the playoffs. I just sold you?
No, I said they have been not great in the playoffs, but I do think this is that year.
All right, man.
I had it written down, man.
All right, well, what else do we got on tap? World Baseball Classic? Who you like there?
Cuba. I don't know. Do they play in that?
Yeah, they do. I just wanted to throw out, I really like the Netherlands. I mean, you don't think of much baseball in the Netherlands, but keep in mind, I know they had a run in 2009, something I'm kind of going to hope they can do again. And I haven't seen futures prices on the Netherlands yet, but, they got the Netherlands Antilles. I guess the island is called Curaçao. And so all of those players are going to be playing for the Netherlands. That's people like Andrelton Simmons, Xander Bogaerts, Didi Gregorius, Jonathan Schoup, Kenley Jansen. So a lot of Major League Baseball players on the Netherlands. Not sure if the market's going to be up on that, pricing them correctly, but I'll be looking to bet on them in the World Baseball Classic. So hopefully can get a couple dollars there, at least in the first round pool. Not much on the Baseball Classic for right now, but I guess otherwise we got Snapchat going public today. Are you a Snapchat user, Maddie?
No. We actually were having a conversation about this yesterday with some people because we have Snapchat here. We're part of social media.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even navigate the menu, honestly. I flipping all over the place. I don't know how to get to where I need to go. I don't even know where I need to go. So no, I don't like Snapchat. But you should, and you should follow us on Snapchat.
Yeah, looks like it's being priced about 34, 35 billion dollars. So I don't know. It's a little
Wow.
too pricey for me.
Yeah,
And
I'm
it's
going
going
under.
public right now.
I'm going under for that.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think their advertisement works as well as Facebook. You know, when you get a Facebook promotion, your eyes kind of go to it, but in Snapchat, it's just real quick. So I don't think it's priced correctly either.
Well, it's amazing because Facebook markets to you like I'll be looking for a pair of shoes, and I go check my Facebook, and that same exact pair of shoes is being like, "Hey, are you sure you still want to buy me?" So aggressive,
Yeah,
but
that stuff goes a long way.
for sure. All right, well, I think that's about it for today. We will. What do you want to talk about next week? Give us an idea.
I think my best season over under win total in the AL West. So I'd like to go there, but I can put it off for 2 weeks.
ALS is fine. I think we're going to be very good with the AOS, and I appreciate your input there.
All right, Maddie. Well, yeah, buddy. A little shorter to the point this week, and yeah, we'll be back next week at 3 o'clock Eastern,
Yeah, maybe we'll bring a guest
noon
on next week.
Pacific.
Maybe we'll have Jeff on or something next week. Have a little fun with him.
Poke the bear a little bit.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. This has been a Big League Chew. This is Drew and Matt, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.